Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4, which we were playing as Turkey, or actually the neo-ottoman Empire, the last save game. So whilst that's initializing, what were we actually doing? We'd taken over Iraq, we are basically allied with Iran, and as well as of course Germany, and we had basically engaged with Russia here in the Caucasus. And we've actually been pushing them back, and we actually had been able to actually take control of the peninsula over here, or not peninsula, the Crimea, I should say. So we're actually in the back of the Russians over here, and hopefully the Germans will be able to exploit the fact that we have basically got a foothold over here now to push further into that territory. Okay, I've got a free research slot which I'll be using. What year is it at the moment? 45. So what I'll be using this for is probably for paratroopers. Haven't got any yet. Actually, will that be beneficial? I actually don't have any troops that could use that. So it is 1945. I'm going to upgrade my engineering companies. Good. So I'm fighting on this front line here. As you can see, I'm at the moment. I'm invading this particular set of provinces here, which is marshy territory, which helps, I guess, the defenders there to some extent. Probably what I want to do really here at the moment, it's this particular general who's in charge of all of this. I want him to basically... I don't want to unassign it, but basically I want to basically delete the orders. I don't want to delete the orders really, I want to basically not... How do I unassign the units here from these front lines? That's probably the better question to ask. So this particular front line at the moment is part of this particular general. Unassigned divisions. Cool. Cool, that's what I was looking to do. Unassign the divisions. So what that will basically do, it should give me greater control over what's happening in my territory here, really. I've only got lots of troops moving around, which is, in itself, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, I would say. The only thing is I need to make sure I've got sufficient troops in all the various different places to be able to hold the territory. So this particular one here, for example, I want to move over there. This one here, at the moment it seems to be stationary. I'm going to move it over there. I'm going to move this one into this particular province here. This one I'm going to break into two separate entities here. One moving there, and the other one, actually I'm moving this both at the same time to the same province. I'm going to move this one actually here then. So what else have I got moving around? This one is moving to the front, which is good. This one's still moving there. Let's just help in the attack here. Let's move this one all the way up there. This one here I want to move into there. Okay, that should do it for the moment, I guess. I got a whole load of troops attacking that particular province now. A fair number of these, though, do need to basically get back up in terms of organization. And I actually might... Yeah, that's already moving through there, so that's fine. Move them up there as well, just to support those guys up there. Let's get the clock rolling in the meantime. Finished another entry of research. So streamlined line production efficiency growth is increased, which was this one down here. Now I do have the ability to increase my excavation, which basically increased my reforce gain efficiency. Let's go with that one. As you can see, we are attacking these troops here in the rear here. should hopefully let me conquer that particular province in hardly any time whatsoever. Ooh. Barrack, easy kill. Altoy shot down by Falcon. Pilots returning from Black Sea report that a squadron of Soviet aircraft led by the infamous Falcon focused on chasing down Easy Kill. After dodging several bursts from the Soviets and taking down a number of enemy aircraft, Easy Kill was overwhelmed by Falcon, who reportedly outmaneuvered him and ripped the fuel tanks open with a clear volley. Caught fire and spiraled down into the Black Sea in violent inferno. Bakir Easy Kill Altoy had shown great courage throughout his service and was looked up by many. The loss of this national hero is a great blow to the Turkish Air Force and is a devastating blow to our nation as a whole. Okay. That's a pity. At the moment all these numbers here seem to be doing okay. I think what I'll do here, I'll basically move some of these troops, some of them, into some of these provinces here. Alright, just moving some additional troops forward to help with the actual front lines themselves, instead of basically being towards the back here. As you see with most of these units here, there is a large propensity for them to actually not get engaged here. Alright, new troops are going to be moving straight into the fray there, basically, so to speak. Deselect a couple of these units, and let's then, with the ones I've still selected here, move forwards. Alright, let's see how that goes. Should help me move the front line slightly forward from there. Sure why these troops are moving through here. I should really be bringing them to the proper front line instead of basically moving all that way. I'll move that one into there, which should help support them. Still, I don't understand why this one is doing such a large movement, so again I'm changing those orders slightly to move these units into slightly better positions. Good, we've had some luck over here, it looks like. Actually, let's hold this particular position here. Well, the unfortunate thing here, though, is the Germans haven't really started exploiting this yet. Which is a bit of a pity, but okay. So this unit is still moving towards there, which I actually will extend all the way into there. Significantly more units are still available here. Move those units into there as well. Let's help that one out there. Alright. So additional units are moving through to support. These troops are not all attacking, it looks like. At least that's my impression of the current situation. And one thing I forgot to do last time, I actually have troops here over in this territory here, and I didn't do anything with them last turn. So the question here really is, what do I want to do with them? Probably want to start moving some of these back slightly. So I got 2 there. Ah, there as well. Okay, so let's move this one in there. And this one here I wanted to use to really cut off some of these enemy troops there. Still got some troops in Greece here, which are pretty okay. Happy with those. Let's have a look at the situation over here. Okay. Troops are still moving through, which is good. This one is almost won. 6.1 organization, 1.1, 5.8, so good. Organizational levels are dropping substantially there. Additional troops are available to move in if I need them. Let's see, where do I need additional troops? Potentially there. This one I'm going to move forward as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move this one all the way forward. Okay, good. Additional focus has completed. Looks like they are trying to attack me over there, which is not succeeding at the moment, which is good. Okay. They're mustering more and more troops on that, particularly the eastern side of the front there. Which is good, I would say. Good, so the Germans are starting to basically join me here, as well as the Vichy France troops here, it looks like. Further north, though, are we making any progress? Or at least are the Germans making any progress? I'm not sure they are. They haven't actually pushed into a position where they can actually border with Finland yet, but that's okay. Odd though that I'm basically seeming to be the person that basically is pushing the front lines forward. I kind of had expected this to be slightly differently, but that's okay. I can live with that. These troops I can move forward as well. These troops are moving into a slightly different position as well. So lots of movement, particularly on this eastern front here, particularly by me. Should bring me into a good position. Basically shortens my front line slightly. They're still attacking me over there, it looks like. Which to some extent I can actually work around. Move these troops forward here. That is, wow, level 9. We're still level 9. Good. Let's move this one in there as well. Keep on moving that front line forward if I can. Good. Looks to be successful at the moment, which is good. Again, I'm trying to cut some of their troops off from any further reinforcement options. These troops here, again, I want to move forward if I can. This one here, though, I want to basically move to the front there. I don't want any of my troops to really be in a holding position here if I can. Keep on moving forward as much as we can. The longer we stay on hold here, basically, the better they can defend themselves. So if I can basically take Stalingrad there, that'd be great. But really pushing that front line here again as much forward as I can to try to help. Okay. Everything's going perfectly fine at the moment still. No really significant losses, but that's great, of course. Particularly if we can avoid the big losses. Alright, let's move these troops through there into Rostov as well. At the same time. Apologies about that, just was interrupted briefly here. Anyways, what I've been doing recently, if I zoom out slightly, you should see that the numbers actually have moved in our favor here. So 48 versus a 92. Partly of course to do with the fact that probably they've moved troops elsewhere. Probably also to do with the fact that we actually have started encircling troops and destroying those troops thus. I'm going to try to basically push more of their troops backwards if I can. I'm not going to basically use that one. I want to basically... How many of these troops have I actually got? Got any more that here? Yep, a few more here. And hopefully we'll be able to use this one to push them out of certain territories. That's British territory. Oh no, it's also Soviet territory, it looks like. That's British. I guess that's a bit of a mixture here. These individual provinces are British, whereas this is, of course, in Iranian territory that's being taken over by the Soviets. So it looks like on this particular front line we are doing pretty well. Russian numbers have dropped overall on this site. Let's see how they're... Ooh. Japanese aren't doing too well either, are they? Unfortunately, they're suffering some losses and so forth, so that's not really going as expected. But, okay. For the moment being, we can live with that, I guess. Any further troops that are standing still? Well, these are. Should really be moving these troops forward. The more of their territory I can take, the better. where else do I want to move the lines forward? There's a pretty big concentration of their troops on the eastern side here. Which is pretty okay, as far as I can see thus far. But reality that of course raises the question is, how much of that do I want to be able to keep? Move those around. Actually, if I move this into there, this into there, these guys into there, these guys into there as well. A lot more pushing back of the Soviets along the entire front, really, is what I'm looking to accomplish at the moment. Lots of troops available there, and actually I can move those over here relatively easily, as you see. More troops there, which I want to move over there. This set of troops here, I probably want to move over there as well. More troops in, moving back along that line as well. I'm trying to take Stalino, however you would pronounce it, which shouldn't really make a big difference, but either way. Let's move that one there. Further stationary troops, particularly these tanks, they should really be moving forward. And again, I got more troops over here, which I can straight away move into this city here. Okay. Close that gap there. So that should destroy all those remaining troops that are basically in that particular gap. It's not too many, but still. Any number of troops could still actually contribute quite nicely into any battle. Further stationary troops. Well, I got stationary troops here for some reason. This marine I want to move forward into there. So they're encircled. So they get penalties for that, which is fine. Again on this front line to be found, it looks like. Let's keep an eye on the entire front line, see what's happening. Again, I got stationary troops here, which I will straight away try to move towards, particularly the eastern part of the battle scene here. Battlescape. And again, let's move these forward. Nice number of troops there now. And that further encirclement hopefully here. Looks like that will not happen. Here are being attacked. I'm not sure why, but okay, that's fine. It doesn't really matter that they're being attacked, but I could basically really utilize them elsewhere. extra troops still moving forward here. These troops will be made available straight away as well. That should in a minute allow me to hook up these two territories here, which of course will change my front line substantially. Let's edit this mode here, just so this particular front line I want to move all the way over there. Stationary troops moving them forward again. Okay. Seems to be going well thus far. Horsemen moving in there as well to support them. Taking over Rostov in just a minute. Them back even further. And again, I guess looking at the clock, we're getting close to a time where we really want to be able to call it a day today. Call it a day. Interesting. Either way, look at that expanse of territory that we're basically got our hands on now. Fair amount of fighting going on here, which is good. Too many stationary troops again here. Really, it looks like they're trying to basically prevent me from moving further eastwards. They're not doing anything to basically prevent me from moving northwards, though, which is okay. Bit of a pity for them, but good for me. In terms of trade, where have I got a big surplus? Where I'm still doing imports, surplus, imports. I've got a surplus here in terms of aluminum. Looks like I might be able to reduce that position there. I'm doing more exports now. Got sufficient of my own numbers there. Steel, I'm doing a massive amounts of imports. I'm also exporting steel for some reason. Right, and there are other stationary troops here that I need to move forward. I don't think so, at least not directly. Okay, this seems to be going well. Looking at the numbers opposing the Germans. Again, those numbers of Russian troops are actually dropping substantially, which is great. So Moscow should be within the reach not too long from now, I would say. That's dealt with that. Insufficient resources. Steel. I need to get my hands on additional steel, it looks like. So these guys here are not sending me anything. So let's reduce those numbers there. And Nationalist Spain is potentially able to send me additional steel. Gives me a slight surplus, which is exactly what I'm looking for. It still says I need more steel. Interesting. Okay, so that should really... Yep. Let's basically brought that to a nice position. Stable position there. Let's move this even further forward here. Okay, these troops here should allow them to basically move through there quite easily as well. Might of the Turkish army. Anyways, looking at the clock, it's a great moment in time for us to basically call it a day. So the first thing I've done is already basically paused the game, as you can see. Maybe I'm going to issue some final orders here, just to make sure I got all the orders already in place prior to the next session. But in the meantime, again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.